All right. Let's get it. All right, hold on. Let me reset this freaking... I don't know why I just... At least the rhythmic one. All right, there it goes. Oh my gosh, come on, man. All right. Coming down. Got some. Let's look on some higher time frames. We wait for this. All right, tapping down on an hourly chart, pulling back into a 200, into the 200. Struggling to hold the 200 on the 15-minute chart. Taking out some lows down here. You can see some internal lows. All right. And then 5-minute chart breaking down below. So right now we're currently bearish. See if this thing can, we've dumped through view op, so I'd possibly be interested in, let me see. Oh, this is the 5-minute. Let me, got 1 minute till this 5-minute candle closes. I'm gonna go ahead and mark out that high of that, at least. And then I'm gonna have to check if we got news today. We are just dumping hard. We got 30 seconds left. I'm gonna go ahead and draw it, but I'll redraw it once. Because I have to. And then I'm gonna go straight to the 1-minute chart and see what's going on there. Right, this, gotta watch out for this. Let's call it 746 level. 746. All right, there's that 5-minute range. Let's see what happens here in terms of if we can get a little bit of a pop. I'm only looking for shorts at this point. Trying to hold that pivot point down here. I don't think we've taken out. Let me go to F5. Let me do this. Hold on. I need to adjust my chart real quick. All right. We're going for pre-market lows, it looks like, down there. We got pre-market lows at like the 670 level. So 670 down here, not too far away, we got pre-market lows. See if this thing can get a little bit of a pop up. Be interested in looking for a short opportunity here if we can get a pop up. Just a quick little scalp short. So far it's holding that pivot point. Let's see. All right. Because then you can kind of target those, assuming it may want to go for those pre-market lows down there. Oh shoot! Come on, man. All right, let's come on, Nasdaq. Oh, I forgot to check the news. All right. All right, today, there's just wholesale inventories at 10, which not gonna bring much. It's a yellow folder news, so nothing really to worry about. We had red folder at 8:30, but other than that, not much else to worry about. Just yellow folder. All right, there's those pre-market lows coming in hot. Coming in hot. Golly, I wanted a little bit of a retrace up. What up? What up? Good morning. I would honestly prefer it not to take out pre-market lows, get a little bit of a pop back up to, you know, I mean, regardless, I would still, even if it takes it out, but it just gives me more confidence when it doesn't take it out and then starts moving, retracing back up. Because then I'm like, all right, it may still want to go for those lows, so let's see if we could get this pop back up and popping back into the range of the 5 minute here. A nice short opportunity would be somewhere up here, right near that view up area with a stop possibly above those, like a high up here. Will be a very good risk to reward if price can get up there. But it looks like sellers are pretty strong here. I mean, we may have to wait till 10 a.m. to see what happens there. Still, it's going for those pre-market lows. Let me see. Oh, there it is. So just took out pre-market lows, so you may get a pop back up here after. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I do have my trading, I do have my Tradeify eval that I may take some trades here just for fun. I mean, it's an eval, so I'm going to be very aggressive on it. But price might aim to take out January 6 low. How far away is it? Let me see. January, let me see. Give me a second. Freaking, let me grab my alright, whatever. January 6th is, let's see where it's at. I mean, yeah, so January 6th is right here. So we got this low down here. It's right under that pivot point. It's pretty much 527s. Yeah, it's possible, but the thing about it is if you look on the hourly chart, we are right at that 200. So it's an area definitely to be careful of, because you saw what happened last time we touched that 200 area. Look at that. We got a massive rip to the upside. So it is going to be kind of a warning sign if it does break below that 200. And displace, which is kind of trying to do here. But this is kind of a crucial area to see what happens there. We could go for those January 6 lows. At that point, that would be a displacement below that 200. Huh. Alright. I'm wondering, you know what I'll probably do here? Let me go to my copy. What the hell happened? What the heck? What happened to my rhythmic? Why did my rhythmic go? Am I tripping? Give me a second. Why are my rhythmic accounts not on my copy trader? Is rhythmic down? May try to switch to my Tradeify accounts, and I'm gonna be a little more aggressive on this. All right, it is up. Let me switch my copy trader and make sure all this is canceled. And then, all right, copy trader is off. Copy trader is off, and then I'm just gonna go to my rhythmic and just have some fun with it. Hopefully I don't go crazy on it, but again, this is gonna be a riskier, you know, this is gonna be a riskier thing. I'm gonna be risking probably 500 bucks a trade on these. See if we could just catch these little continuation moves, possibly. Because this thing is displacing. I want to have some... See if I can pass an eval. Again, this is going to be very risky, so I'm possibly going to be taking stupid... I'm going to be taking trades I normally probably wouldn't take on, I wouldn't take on a funded account. So keep that in mind. I don't want the comments to start going, he's going on tilt. Man, we are I was hoping for a pop back up. Would have been nice if this thing would at least pop back up to the view op, and then you got an amazing short opportunity, but this thing just... I mean, it's not giving you opportunities to go short. It's just just keeps selling off. So, we'll see what, it's where the old me were buy low and sell lower. Yeah. Yeah, same here. The old me would have chased the crap out of this right now. So I'm kind of going on this evaluation one. It's like, I'd rather do it on my evaluation. You know, if I blow the evaluation, I don't really care, but I'm definitely not going to do that on my funded. This is PropFirm. No, this isn't live. The thing about live, most people won't, people show their entries and exits and, you know, when there's PropFirm. I don't think a lot of people show when they're on live accounts for some reason. A lot of people that switch to live accounts, they stop showing their entries and exits. I mean, I understand it's a live account, it's a completely different, so you're kind of wanting to. All right, let me see if I can, let's see this. Let's see what we could do here. Let's see how fast we could blow this account. Again, this is an evaluation, so I'm gonna be... This isn't my funded, so... Let's see if we could get a dump back down. Sellers can start coming in. We're at the bottom of this 5-minute range also, which could hold as resistance. So that 5-minute range bottom is kind of my safety net. Hoping that sellers can come in. We're retesting another resistance level right now. If it starts breaking above this resistance, kind of a red flag for me, and I'd get out of the trade. But as long as we hold this resistance here, we could still continue to go down. I'm following momentum. I'm not trying to go against momentum. So you're gambling. These are evaluation accounts. I said that, so I'm gonna be risky on these. I would not take this trade on a funded account because we've sold off so much. There's a possibility we could rip to the upside. Again, these are, like I used to say, gambling accounts. These are just fun. This is my evaluation. I don't really care if I blow this account. These aren't funded. I'm about to get my second payout for 20K. I don't know how to feel. Bro, that's awesome. Celebrate it. Buy yourself something nice. Just don't spend it all. Put some away. Be smart with it. But yeah, congratulations. You should feel proud of yourself. Alright, we're getting that retrace. Let's see if sellers can really start pushing this thing back down. We've tapped into that resistance area. Hopefully sellers can bring this back down and keep it going lower. Come on, one more tap. One more tap of the lows. What time is it? It's 9:50. We got like 10 minutes left till 10 a.m. So we could get this sell-off here before 10 a.m. and then 10 a.m. comes around and we get that reversal. But we have this gap. It's trying to hold this gap, playing momentum, playing direction. See sellers coming aggressively here. We got 20, 100. Oh, man. Tapping into this imbalance here. I mean, I've already tapped into it one time, so this imbalance could break. Sellers coming in aggressively. Crap, why do I need to use the restroom now? Alright, y'all watch my trade for me. I'll be back. Oh! What happened? What happened? 365 on the day so far. On this account. See if we get something else. Let's see it. That's what happens when you play momentum. I guarantee you somebody tried to long down here. I guarantee you this candle closed. Somebody tried to long. Got stopped out. Bruh. Stop it. Stop trying to fade everybody. Ugh. I see 616 if we break this daily low, getting lotto gamble calls if we hit 6 calls. All right, it's going back up. Where's that? I mean, you could see why. Also, look on higher time frames. If you look on higher time frames, why did I go short there too? Look at, like, look, we broke a massive level right here. If you look to the left, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Right here, this level right here, the 672 level. Right? Huge level, massive level. So when we break it and come back and retest that level, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think sellers are going to try to step in aggressively there? Well, it doesn't matter what you think. Look at that. Sellers stepped in aggressively. And good short opportunity. Just going with the flow. And like, see, like something like this on a funded account, I would just be a little hesitant just because we sold off so much. I mean, there obviously was a chance this thing would have popped back up all the way to the view op. That's why initially for my funded accounts, I was waiting for that initial retest up here because that would have been a perfect move. That would have been, you know, a massive level. Let me go a little bit higher time frame. Let me go 5 minute. That would have been kind of a massive level up here. See this level up here? Huge level. A lot of previous support now would turn into resistance. And I was hoping that get a little bit of pop back into this big imbalance. Massive level. Would have been amazing short opportunity. But it never came back up. So then once it broke the second level, right? I'm like, all right, it's sold off so much. So there is a chance that, you know, it could pop back up. But at least willing to take the trade on a eval. Now it's starting to get some, starting to kind of form a bear flag. So you got to be careful. Be very careful here. Be very careful. It's almost 10 a.m. So we could get a reversal, but this is a bear flag. So this could break to the downside again. Not a good look for the longs. Not a good look. But we are at that time frame where we could get a reversal. So we'll see what happens. Right now there's really nothing to play. Just being patient till some other... I mean, I'm debating whether I should break my rules for these accounts. Meaning, you know how for my funded accounts, I don't look for longs below the view op. But to be honest with you, it may be I may break my rules because this is a valuation if we break and displace that level, right? If we break this like 675 level, displace above it. Or no, I'll just stick to my plan. I'm not gonna... Because then, here's the thing. It may work out, but then if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be pissed that I broke my rules. That's the like, dilemma. But it does look good. But I'd be going against momentum. This is usually the time I'd get in and get chopped to death. You live and you learn. Trust me, I've been in the same shoes. And that's one thing, I guess. That's one thing trading does give you, is it gives you the... Well, I mean, not trading. Like, the longer you trade, you just get sick of, you know, taking a million trades a day. Like, you don't... You know, it's just a regular thing you do now. I've been doing it for years, so it's not something you're sitting there itching to take a trade. You're itching to take good trades. Your mindset shifts from taking random trades to taking good trades. And I guess that just comes from experience and getting wrecked enough times to where it isn't worth it for you anymore. It's better just to sit there and be patient. So I would look for another short opportunity if this thing, maybe pulls back up to the view op and maybe starts getting some structure, breaking below it. Would definitely be interested, possibly even in my funded accounts. I mean, if it gets back up to view op and forms some nice structure that I can be pretty confident in, I would take it on my funded accounts. But down here, you're just running the risk of this thing popping up at any moment. Because we've already sold off so much. I mean, how many points did we sell off from 930? What? Where's 930? 930 opened up. I mean, we're, what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I mean, yeah, we've pretty much sold off 200 points. So selling off 200 points from market open, you would think this thing pops up at some point. But you could see how sellers are in control. Like, buyers try to bring it up, and then seller said, nah, bruh. And then they just dumped it right back down. It's a lot easier to go with the flow. Like what I kind of think about it is trying to go against this right now, trying to catch the bottom is the equivalent of walking against, like, an escalator. A lot of people standing on an escalator, or like a crowded area. Everyone's going one direction and you're trying to go the opposite direction. It's very difficult to go the opposite direction when everybody's going a certain direction. So, same thing. So why not just go with the flow? It's so much easier. You're not bumping into people. You're not... Everybody wants to be that, like, bottom tick trader where, oh, I caught the bottom of the market today. Like, you don't need to catch the bottom of the market today. You need to catch a very small sliver of the market. That's it. Catch a moment in time that's pretty predictable, good probability setup, and then take it and run. And run. All right, breaking those lows again. We are not getting any retracements. Here's a second short opportunity, but bruh, I get the more it goes down, the more scared I get to short it. Like, that first one was okay. This second one's even more scarier now that it's just like, because this thing still could be a sweep, right? So it could just be taking out this low, and then it's gonna... But its sellers are ridiculous. They're really strong right now. Trying to see what other... Actually, let me drop to... Let me go to... What lows do we... Did that January 6th get taken out yet? Not yet. Very close, though. Right below that. So that January 6th low is 527s. So 527 area is that January 6th low. Looks like it's going for it. But also pay attention. Look what happened. Look what happened. This is an hourly time frame. So initially, right, on January 8th, look what happened. We bounced off this 200 right there, right? We bounced it. Now today, look what happens when we displace below that 200. We displaced below it. It came back up today, tapped that 200 to a T. I mean, it tapped it perfectly and then sold right back off. So held it as resistance. Also, this massive level also plays a part in it too, but just pay attention to those kind of things, those kind of patterns that happen. Like, it's a pretty powerful level, this 200 level, especially on a higher time frame. Now, I wouldn't advise just to buy or sell just because it's at that level, but NQ, stop the train. Please wait for me. Seriously, this is like, that's the hard part, is it's very bearish right now, but technically you would want for at least like a pop up, right? To give you a better opportunity to go short. Because you're thinking like the probability keeps going down. If you think about it in terms of probability, like the more this thing sells off, the probability of, maybe a trade working out kind of goes down, because at some point, like I said, it's going to pop back up. So like, all right, this first retest, all right, worked out. Now if I take the second retest to go lower, it's like that second retest may not work, and you just gave back all the profits you made on the first one. Look at that. Look at that pop back up. So it's a lot better just to be patient. Be patient, wait for it to really pop back up, and then form some structure, and then go with that. Because you need structure to be able to put your stop in the right place, to have some... There will be no pop back up. Well, hopefully today's not one of those markets where it just keeps selling off. We had initially, I caught this first pop back up. I caught this first short right there. But again, that's why I said this second one, I'm not feeling it. There it goes. There it goes. The thing about it is, it's at some point the sellers start kind of getting weaker and weaker. You got to think about, sellers are taking profits, like profit taking, and selling pressure is getting weaker and weaker when it gets lower and lower and lower. So selling pressure gets weaker, and now we're getting to areas where more buyers, we're at a very discounted price, so buyers are going to start stepping in. So when more buying pressure starts stepping into the market, you get those, pop-ups, and sellers are kind of hands off, because obviously shorting the bottom of the market is kind of crazy. I love the sell-off days if I catch the star only. Yeah, the sell-off days are good if you catch the exact, but they suck if you miss it. Like, if you miss your entry point and it just sells off and it never comes back. It's almost like if you miss the train, you miss the train. It's leaving without you. Yeah, on the sell-off days, it's usually so big. Yeah, but usually it kind of usually it gives you at least one opportunity to get in, right? So like even sell-off days, usually it gives you one opportunity to go to, if you're bearish, to go short, or bullish to go long. It has that initial, like what happened yesterday, right? We had a high get set, that high got broken. It retraced back to that high before going higher again. So usually it has some sort of a like opportunity to get in. It retraces back to retest that support and then goes higher. Today wasn't really, I mean, there was one opportunity right there, but not really a pop up. I mean, that was kind of a risky play, to be honest with you. Test view up. Yeah, testing view up would be nice. If it could pop all the way back up there and maybe retest view up. Now, for me, it would have to form some structure, right? Not just test view up. Like for me, what I would want to look for is price comes back up to view up, maybe tests view up, starts selling off, pops back up, maybe retakes that high, and then drops and displaces below that low it created on the leg down. And then when it displaces below that low, now I got that low as, all right, let's see if we can pop back up for that low as resistance to go down some. Do you do the ORB strategy? I don't do it, but I have the first 5 minute marked out, depending on, I know a lot of people use the 15 minute. But today's 5 minute ORB worked very nice. I mean, you see this. As soon as it broke out of this 5 minute range, it pretty much went to one direction. And I like paying attention to the first 5 minutes, because when we break out of the low or break out of the high, that kind of sets the tone of, right? When we break out of the low, we're below view up. We just broke out of the low. It's very bearish to me. Very bearish. And a lot of times I've seen where price, when it does pull back up, it'll retest this as resistance to continue going back down. And then it's another red flag if we break back into this range and start kind of like holding it as support. We may start going to the opposite side of that range. Ugh. Oh, man. All right, we're coming up to view up soon. Taking out this high. Let's see what happens here. The thing about it is also is, do you think we're going to go all the way down to those lows? I don't know. I wouldn't really bet on it. So if I was to take a short, it would be not targeting these lows. It would be somewhere closer. Maybe a gap or something. $709, $737. Well, 709, yeah, possibly. We would still be below. We would be right at the view up, that view up and pivot point area, which would be a pretty big resistance. But 737, it would need to pop above view up. All right, here's this leg down. Let's see what happens here. So what I'm saying is, see this is the first leg down. Let's see if it forms some kind of structure down here. Have you ever been down 2K on an eval and made a comeback? Yes, I have. Actually, funny thing is, this was a long time ago. I had a funded account, and I remember I was trying a different strategy that wasn't really working for me, and it was a funded account that I had. And I haven't blown through a lot of funded accounts. This was like one of the last funded accounts I had, but this was a while ago. I was $20 away from blowing that account. No lie, $20 away from blowing that account. And I take a trade, and it's the perfect trade. I mean, I bottom ticked it. Like, 20 bucks, I have no room for drawdown, like, at all. I was expecting, I'm like, I'm just going to take this trade. I'm probably going to blow this account on this trade. I take the trade, it fills me and goes like straight to TP, and I get out of that drawdown. I like get more buffer zone. But yeah, that was crazy. But eval, no. Evals, no. All right, let's see what happens. What time is it? It's 10:13. Should I move over to my... This is going to be a little bit... May take a small position side. These are my funded accounts. Let's see what... I mean, this is a little bit risky. I don't think it's going to go down for those lows again, though. We got that 5 minute. It still could pop back up, so... On this trade, I would be taking a little bit lighter size if this thing does. I mean, we got 20... Just kind of would be going for a quick scalp. Nothing crazy. The closer we get to that 11 o'clock mark, the more I'm going to be, you know. In the morning, I can try to look for a bigger move, but the closer we get to 11, I'm looking for smaller and smaller moves. I'm not willing to, you know. If it could get a little closer to view op, would be nice. Trying to hold this as support, and if it can't, we've already kind of it does look like it's kind of forming a little bull flag. 709, 737, just watch. It's possible. I mean, it's going to need to get to 737, it's going to need to get through a lot of resistance. So it's going to need a lot of buying pressure to get through there. It's got the view op, it's got the pivot point, it's got all this. See if buyers have it in them to do it. I trade micros. I don't trade minis. Minis are too it's too aggressive for me. Like every 10 points with one mini, every 10 points is 200 bucks. That's just too much risk. I risk based off of market structure, right? Like this first trade I took, I was risking based off of market structure. Right? My stop was above like a high up here. So if I risk one mini, that's like what? Two actually I got in at the middle of this right here. So that would have been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would have had to risk $1,000 minimum if I was trading minis. Which I don't want to risk $1,000 per trade. So I have to trade micros. Me went in with 5 micros, I risked, you know, $400 on that trade instead of $1,000 minimum. So that's kind of how I don't think you should trade unless you're like I don't know, hyper. I don't think you should trade minis. There's no reason to. You still waiting? This is going to be my second. Yeah, I took one trade. This is going to be my second trade if I take it. Tapping that 5-minute range low here. See what happens. NASDAQ. Damn it. Or this thing starts just breaking above. We'll see. That who said 7 Super Z 737s? Let's see if I don't know. It's got it could, but I think buying pressure is starting to. They just don't. I don't think they have it in them. I really don't. But who am I to say? I don't know. This thing could pop up at any moment. Like it's doing now. Alright, we're getting closer to view op here. Tapping into, here's that pivot point in view op. Here's that 700 psych level, right? Remember, 700s are psychological levels, which could hold as resistance. This 700 area, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm down 1600 too. It's all right. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. You said down 1600. I mean, I don't. Are you risking that much per trade, or is that over the course of like a bunch of trades? Because I don't get why people risk so much per trade. I don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, why does somebody think that, like, even 200 bucks, right? If somebody sees me only make like, or even let's take $100 trade. If somebody sees me take $100, and I've had this happen before. I take $100 trade and somebody's like, bro, really? You like that? Just $100? That's it? But bro, $100 in 3 minutes? I'm sorry, like most people work, what? A whole hour for $20? And all of a sudden $100 in 5 minutes is not a lot of money? Since when has $100 in 5 minutes has not been a lot of money? So like people, I don't know why people have this like skewed reality when it comes to trading. Like I'm risking $200 right now, $200 on a full size position on my funded, and $100 if I'm not too confident in the trade. But I'm still willing to take it. So, and if you have 7 funded accounts, that starts to add up. And you don't have to risk a lot per account. Because when I have 7, right, and I take a $200 trade, that's a $1,400 trade that I took across 7 accounts. So I'm not having to risk $1,400 on one account, I could spread that risk across 7 accounts and only risk $200 per account. And you have a lot of drawdown, right? Like for me risking $200, I mean, how many? It's a decent amount of losses I could take. All right, let's see. 710. It's got to get through view op. It's going to have a tough area getting through this. It may get through it, but it's going to have a tough time. Many traders don't appreciate what they get. They want 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and so on. Yeah, that's another thing is greed. That's why trading is so hard. It's psychological. Like, greed plays a part of it. People want more out of it. Like, what you initially want to do is, you know, you want to hold losers, exit out of winners super fast, and hold your losers as long as possible. That's initially what your body is like, your psychology initially with every new trader, right? They'll hold their losses, no problem, but when it comes to their wins, when they see green, they're taking that green. And so they end up having crazy big losses, and then another thing is people going for crazy RR trades. Like, they're trying to catch that like 1 to 3 RR when you really don't need that. You just need a sliver of the market. You need a little moment in time where you're like, oh, this is a good setup. I've seen this happen before and it works. That's it. You don't need to try to catch, like, even this trade right here, this first leg down, I made 365. So that's a $365 trade from here down to this low right here. And that was, I caught what? I caught 10, 20, 30, 40 points. That's a 40-point move. That is not hard to catch whatsoever. All right, now this is starting to, I don't like this structure now. I was initially looking for a possible break of this low to possibly go in short, but now this kind of structure, I don't like this here, because now I'm looking at this as if this thing pulls back, this can pull back to now just take out this low to go higher. So, ugh. It's trying to get through that view op, but it's having trouble, obviously. It just keeps tapping that pivot point. View up is right above that pivot. I know I don't have it on this chart, but view up is right above that pivot point, like right in the middle of that 200. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of levels here to get through. You have that pivot, you got the view up, and you got the 200, which are very strong levels of resistance. So you're gonna see some chop here, most likely. What does that pivot point represent? So I don't know how it calculates it, but it's an indicator. It's an indicator called pivot points, and it calculates it somehow. I haven't looked into how it calculates. I just see it works. So like they hold pretty good a lot of times. So I don't use them as entry points. I use them as gauges. If I'm already in a trade and if I'm in a trade and I see a pivot point coming up, I may take profits early because I know it could. Like, look at even price right now. Like, literally tap that pivot point, and then you see that little sell-off right there it had. So, and you even see down here. Down here is another perfect example. Look at this. There's a pivot point down here. Look what happened. We tapped into that pivot, who was holding that pivot point, and then started to rip right back up. I don't know how they calculate it, but I just seen it work plenty of times to make to go, all right, I should probably have this on my chart just as a, like, if I was in a short right here, which I was actually, but I took profits at these body candle lows. But right, I understand there's a pivot point there, so I'm not going to be greedy because I know it could bounce there. All right, we're starting to run into some chop. What is today, the 7th? All right, today's the 8th. All right, I have some time to pass these evals. We are stuck, which we're pretty much at view op, so it makes sense why we're stuck. Price is very balanced here. That's why you see price go sideways at view op, because price is balanced. It's volume weighted average price. It's the average price, so crap. Let me have to solve this stupid puzzle. Hey, I'm in the same boat as you. Don't get, it's fine. I only caught that first short on my evaluation, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't have taken that trade on my funded because it was just lower probability. I would like a bigger pop up. Hear me. Right? I would like a bigger pop back up. I caught this on an evaluation because it's like, you know, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, yesterday, I mean, there was an entry yesterday, but it didn't come right up to that resistance. And that's something I'm learning now is I got to have my entry points a little bit, like, give price a little bit of, like, wiggle room so that I'm not trying to catch the exact, like, you know, I gotta let it, I gotta move my, like, for example, I have a high. Instead of having my entry point right at that, like, right above that high for it to tap that high and then bounce off it, I need to have it, like, just at least look around in that area. Sometimes there's an imbalance right above that high. And if there, like, that would happen yesterday, actually. If there's an imbalance right above the high, then I would put my entry right at the beginning of the imbalance. So all it has to do is just tap the beginning of that imbalance and then rip back up. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. But I had my entry at the high instead of at the beginning of the imbalance, which was 5 points higher. And you think about 5 points is not a lot to give up, right? To get an entry for a possible, you know, because a lot of times when it bounces off those highs, it's pretty aggressive because it's a pretty strong level. But now, as of now, the only thing I would kind of look for from this standpoint is if price ends up displacing above this 713 level. So if we can get buyers to really step in and price starts to aggressively pop above this 713 level, we displace above it, and we kind of start to close above this 200, above the view up, above the pivot point, then I'm like, all right, maybe I could look for a retrace to support it now to go higher. Because at that point, we're going to be, I mean, let's face it, it's going to take a lot of buyers for it to break that view up. And so if it does break it, I would assume it pulls back and they hold it as aggressively as support. Yo! But it tapped view up to a T. I mean, to a T, it tapped view up before that sell-off. This initial leg down. So let's see what happens today. I mean, we shall see. It's 10:30, so we got about 30 minutes left till 11 o'clock till this thing really starts to kind of blew my account, breaking my rules. Oh God, that's why you got rules. I mean, think about it this way. What benefit do you get? Let's just say you're going on tilt. Like, think about it that in terms of risk to reward too. Anytime you feel like going on tilt, think about it. Weigh the pros and cons. All right, I'm like, say you took a loss, and say you took another loss. Say you took 2 losses in a row. And for me, I lock myself out for the day. I cannot take more than 2 losses in a row because I'm not seeing the market if I do. So if you take a second loss, now you got to start asking yourself, first of all, am I seeing the market right? Probably not. Second of all, am I going to take smart trades now? The mindset I'm in right now. Am I going to take smart trades and be patient? Probably not. Let's just say I take stupid trades and I make back all the money I lost. But you make back the money you lost versus you going on tilt and blowing the whole account up. So the pros and cons are like blowing account versus making a little bit of money back. Not really worth it, right? It's better just to lock yourself out and walk away and stop, because that's a nasty spiral that you can go down. And you're just not seeing things. I even say this from experience, right? If I take 2 losing trades, I'm already in a mindset where I'm like kind of pissed off because I'm not seeing the market right. It keeps stopping me out and stopping me out. So I'm not seeing the market right, so I'm not going to take smart trades. I know I'm not. I'm going to be chasing it. Because in order for you to take smart trades, you got to be patient. But because you're on tilt, you're not patient. So that's why I have this, that's another reason why I only risk $200 per trade on a full position size, is because I'm allowing myself multiple losses in a row, right? If I take 2 losses in a row, I lock myself out for the day. That would be a $400 loss maximum. And a $400 loss is not the end of the world. It does kind of suck, but it's not the end of the world for me. I was trying to catch the bottom even when my strategy was saying it's early to buy. Yeah, it's tough, but at the end of the day, it's a learning lesson for you. Is just follow your plan, follow it, and sooner or later you're gonna get annoyed of like if you keep breaking your rules and breaking your rules and breaking your rules. Sooner or later, you're going to get so annoyed of it that you're going to become, you're naturally going to become more patient because you're just so sick and tired of breaking your rules. It's like if you stick your fingers in a socket and keep getting shocked and you keep doing it over and over, sooner or later, you're going to get annoyed of getting shocked and you're going to stop doing it. That's what happened to me, right? I used to be the same way as you. I used to be itching to take that trade, be jumping in faster than I should, and just it would never worked out. You would catch a couple winners here breaking your rules, but you got to think about it also. If you break your rules and you catch a winning trade, technically that's not really a winning trade because you broke your rules. That's not sustainable to do that long term. You just got lucky. That's all that happened. All right, should I switch to my eval? I'm not willing to take this on a funded. I just don't like the structure on it. But, see, Tradeify. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Let's see. I just went back to my, so this is a setup. I don't like the structure that it formed beforehand, but I'm willing to still take it on an eval. Trying to get this eval passed so I don't get rebuild. I still have some time. I mean, I'm in profit on this account and I still got time, so What a sell-off. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a false win. That's how you have to look at it as. So you're not chasing the dopamine of false wins because you understand that it's not sustainable. Oh crap, it's popping up. Oh, come on, man. A little bit riskier. This is an eval, so, but seeing if I can. Oh, come on, fill me. Phil! Phil! Me! All right, I'm in. These freaking... Why do people call me the worst times, bruh? Especially telemarketers. Freaking... I'm never giving a website my number ever again. Screw that. They're selling my data. Because as soon as I enter my number on a website, I start getting telemarketer calls. Bastards. Ya freaking bozos. Oh, man. Just a quick scout. I mean, we're pushing up to 11 o'clock almost, so I'm not going to be greedy with this crap. Oh boy. Oh boy. Looks like it's ripping. I gotta get out if this thing is. I'm gonna put my stop. I'm gonna put my stop above this like 200 level here. A little bit. Buy stop market. Looks like it's popping, but risk to reward is not the greatest, to be honest with you. It's fine as an eval. We're coming up to the view op again. You're really gonna pop view op? No way. At 11 o'clock? Come on, man. Come on, sellers. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, sellers? Rise zones. I've never heard of that. If it takes those highs, it doesn't look good. Yeah, I agree. If it starts display, that's why I'm gonna have my stop where it is. If it I don't even want to be in the trade if it starts going up there. I may move my stop. I may move my TP a little down, maybe. We got the pivot point there too, so whatever. Just gonna take it. I'm already up $400 on this account today, so I don't want to be greedy here. Coming up on the bottom of that 5-minute range here. Is it the bottom? It is the bottom. Yeah. So the bottom of that range. I don't think it has it in it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, if it pops view up, it's not going to look good for the shorts. Sellers could still come in here. I mean, I don't know who would be buying into view op. It would be crazy. I mean, trying to like... The algos know something we don't know. Y'all know something I don't know. Gotta catch the top once you get stopped at 725. We'll see, we'll see. That's another thing. We've sold off so much at some point. I mean, you would think it's gonna... Also why I took this on an eval and not on an actual... I said that structure doesn't look the best, so that's why it's... Bro! I swear, I'm gonna freaking... Hello? Stop calling me! You know what I think it is? You know what you know when you get those calls where you pick up the phone and nobody talks? You know what it is? It's the freaking the people who buy houses do that. They have a system where they call a whole bunch of numbers, and whoever picks up first, they answer the phone call, and if a bunch of other people pick up, the call just gets dropped. Like nobody talks. We need to make spam calls illegal. It's just wild. Bro, I don't need your freaking senior benefits. Do a little bit of research and find out how old I am. I don't want your senior benefits. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, get a life. Learn how to trade. Do something. Cold calling. Actually, funny thing is, I was actually gonna get into real estate. I was gonna partner with somebody, and I was supposed to do that, like the cold calling crap, where you're supposed to call, hey, are you interested in selling your house? are you interested in selling your house? I was supposed to do that, and I'm like, I thought to myself, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be that annoying person that everyone gets pissed off at. I hate it when people do that to me, so why would I be that person? You can make some crazy money though doing that, but it's like, yeah, I'm not. I don't want my day to be surrounded of pissing people off, right? I don't want to piss people off all day. So I'm like, I stop, I quit. I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is completely. What made you take that trade? This was a little bit lower probability trade. I didn't take this just because of the structure that was on the chart. I wasn't willing to take it on a funded account. Plus, the risk to reward isn't the best. So, but I was still willing to take it. We've tapped into view op. All this structure got broken right here. See the structure right here? That structure got broken and it displaced below. So, I was looking for a retrace back into it to hold as resistance for it to sell back off. Plus, we're below view op. We're below the 200. We're like, all this area up here, and that's kind of why I have my stop up there. This is going to be a very tough level to get through. We got view op, pivot point, 200. It's a hard level to get through. So, it's just, although the risk to reward isn't the best, that's why I took it on an eval. The structure isn't the best. But, right, I'm going with the trend. I'm going with momentum. And there's like the probability I think is in my favor. So that's why that's why I was willing to still take it. Plus I need to pass these evals quickly. So I got time, but the faster the better. And my plan with these evals, just like lower probability trades that I still kind of want to take, I take on my eval. And then the other trades that I really like, I'll take on my funded account. Typically those trades happen in the morning, like the really good ones, because you get that retest with volume, and then it spikes right up to your TP, and you get real momentum behind your trade. But as the closer we get to 11 o'clock, as you can see, that momentum kind of starts to die down. It's not as strong anymore, so it just becomes. But it's still something I'd be willing to take. All right, sellers, come on, man. I'm already up, like I said, I'm already up 400 bucks on these accounts. This will give me an extra 200 bucks probably on the day. So I'll be up 600 on these accounts. And I have to get to 3,000 to pass. I just got this I just got this eval, so I just started trading it not long ago. So a couple more of those kind of good trades and I'll have it passed. And then I'll just add it to my copy trade, add it to my funded account list to copy trade. Trying to hold it up, this imbalance here. This imbalance has to break. My average win rate is a 1-to-1. Some of them, obviously, like, it's on my funded, it's usually 1-to-1. Even on my funded, sometimes it could be a little negative, and then other trades, it's more positive. But overall, it averages out to a 1-to-1. Because I take my profits based on market structure. I don't take based off our, like, risk to reward. I need to make this much money, so my stop needs to be at, 25,600 because, I need to make this much money. No, I take it based off of market structure, where are gaps, where it's most likely to retrace, so that's kind of how I look at it. That's why sometimes my risk to reward could be negative, but if it is negative, it's a higher probability. Like, if you have a negative risk to reward, that's not necessarily bad, but you have to have a high probability win rate for that setup. And if you don't, then, it doesn't really work. All right, let's see this break. We got this. All right, this imbalance is breaking. Now, let's see if we start dropping here. Also, we got that pivot point down there, so there is some levels down there that could hold as support for buyers to step in. So I kind of want to front run the buyers. I don't want to be caught holding the bag if buyers do decide to step in there. Yeah, and you look at this. If you, I say this all the time, if you go with momentum, it puts you in such a better spot, like such a better spot. Now, what I can do is, should I move my stop to this high here? Now I'm risking way less money. It's a pretty much a, because at that point, like if it move my stop up there, because if it breaks that high, it's probably going to break the second high too. So at this point, just protecting myself, my downside, moving my stop a little bit down, because this thing could sweep and pop back up. I understand that. I fully understand that this thing could sweep this low, so I'm looking for it to kind of take out that low with a little bit of, there's a gap down there and may want to fill, but we'll see. I think sellers are pretty aggressive here, so we could get a displacement below. So like worst case scenario for this trade, I would be break even on the day. If I was to lose this trade, I would just be break even on the day. I'm hoping this isn't a sweep and this is actually a displacement. All right, there's sellers coming in. Do not sweep. Come to Papa. Come to Papa! Bruh. I can't look. I can't look. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Bruh. It may just come back up and retest this now as resistance. So we could get a pop back up here. Bastards. It couldn't go a little bit lower. There's that retest. There are the sellers coming back in. And let's go down there to TP. See, as long as you understand what price is doing, you're not so scared, because you know what price kind of, you know, has to do. Not has to do, but what it does. So when you get like pops up, you're like, oh, it's just retesting this high and then to go lower, possibly. Nothing's for sure, but you know, you kind of understand the mentality of sellers and buyers. It's like one tick away, bruh. Bruh. I'm up 200. Come on, man. Give me my TP. Give it to me. Now. Oh my gosh. Will you add more? No. I don't average into trades. I would not average in, because if this thing sweeps this low, it's probably going for the high. And in that case, I would not average into something that's going against me. Man, look at this piece of... Really, dude? Look how close it was to my... And look at that. Bruh, this is... Oh my gosh. Yo, you can only laugh at this. All you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh. Because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna start smashing. Can you believe it? This is why people think the market's rigged. Is because of crap like this. Like, it tapped it. Did it not tap it? Let me zoom in. Let's zoom in all the way. Bro, look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. That's why I said hold numbers too. Look, it tapped right off that whole number. Maybe I should have had my TP at that whole number. Freaking A. Oh my gosh, it's ripping up. What is wrong with you? So I said if it sweeps it, it's probably gonna go for those highs. Oh, I should have just got out. Screw it. I'm gonna hold. Or worst case scenario, I'm break even on the day on this account, which kind of would suck, but it is what it is. Tick of doom. That's right. That's why it's best to have your TPs also at whole numbers, because that kind of shit happens. Look at that, all the way back up. I should have paid attention. Also those 10-point line. Oh my gosh, all the way back up. Yo, that's crazy. But listen, it never does that to my stop loss, right? It'll never do that to your stop loss. It'll freaking blow through your stop loss like there's no tomorrow. But when it comes to your TP, like, when's the last time it's ever done that to a stop loss of mine? Never. I don't remember any time it's done that. But you better believe it's gonna do it to my TP. Wow, man, that's crazy. That is wild. $701. My stop is right at view op, so. I mean, I said it could happen. I said if we sweep those lows, we're gonna go for those highs again. So that's exactly why I kind of moved my stop lower too, so. Is there hope? Is there hope? No, there's no hope. What is hope even? Bro, this is so crazy. I'm glad I took this out of eval and not a freaking funded. I mean, regardless, the risk to reward wouldn't make sense for me to take it on a funded. Let's see this sell-off. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. This is such BS. Hold on. View up is at 704s. Let me... I think it's worth moving it a little bit up. Like, extra 6 points. It's, the P&L wise, it's not gonna... right above that high. Just because I got view up, pivot point, all this protecting it. So we could get a... I would hate to see it pop up, stop me out, and then dump lower. Other than that, I wouldn't have moved it. But because we have so much holding it down right there, I just moved it just a tiny bit up. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock. It's my worst fear of getting stuck in a trade. Sellers, where are you at? Either stop me out or let's get this thing over with. Rip off the band-aid if you're gonna do it. OG, you losing? Yeah, it's a valuation. I took a winning trade. I took this short right here. This first short right there I took. So I'm up on this account. I'm up 400 bucks. So if I lose this trade, I will be break even on the day. It's not a loss. It's a scratch. Which being break even on the day is not bad. It's not a bad spot to be in. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not really. And that's another reason why I said earlier I took this trade. It is a lower probability trade, is why I didn't take it on my funded. I took it on an eval. The structure, I didn't really like the structure and where we were at. Like if the structure, right? I took it on the break of this kind of structure over here. If that structure was like a little bit higher where view op was and more defined, it would be just way better setup. We're making lower highs. I mean, we're not taking out highs, right? We had this high form, right? Then a lower high. Now another lower high. So we may see. Buyers need to stop trying to buy below view op. I need to go to a freaking hedge fund and give him a lecture. Only bad if you're broke as fuck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people hate being like break even on the day. Break even is not a bad spot to be in. And it's still looking, I mean, like I said, I'm going with momentum, so. Sellers are still coming in, but question is, do buyers have it in them to continue pushing this up? We do have a lot to get through. My stop is at 714. 714 would make it, yeah. I mean, it would need to get through all these massive levels to get through to my stop, which, you know, it's like a barricade from getting to my stop. It would need a decent amount of buying pressure to get to there. Now it's starting to break this structure here. Good sign. Good sign. Oh yeah, baby. Baby, come back to me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Come back to me. Yeah, I said that earlier. The RR is negative. That's another reason why I took it on an eval. It's a little more negative than what I would want, but I'm only risking, also on this trade, like I said, I'm only risking today's profits. So if I do get stopped out, it's break even, so. You really think the buyers have it in them? Look at the sellers coming in. Wow. Wow. They need to just stop trying. Let's just take this lower. Where's Jerome Powell when you need him? Huh? Need to have Jerome Powell on standby. This is NASDAQ. This is also why I don't like to be in trades at 11 o'clock. This is like, this is torture. Your stop loss is my short entry? Short entry? It's gonna have a tough time getting up there, but but we'll see. Yeah, we're below view op. That's another thing. Is like I'm not going against the momentum. I'm going with the flow. I'm hopping on the bandwagon. If sellers are stronger, hey, I'll join the selling part. I'll join the bears any day. If the bulls were in control, I'll join you guys. I'm joining whoever's winning. That's my mentality. Whoever's winning, I'm joining them. I want to be on the winning team. I don't want to be going against the winning team. And then what? Be a loser? This account is Tradeify, but I have Take Profit. I have 2 funded accounts with Take Profit, and I have 5 funded accounts with Apex. And I'm trying to get another funded account. I'm trying to get a funded account with Tradeify. This will be, once I pass this, it'll be the funded account with Tradeify. So I'll have 3 different prop firms, spreading my eggs in multiple baskets. Oh my gosh. The market wizards have shown mercy upon my trade. Now at this point, if it takes out that low, it's hitting my TP. What a crazy drawdown. What a crazy trade to hold through. See, most traders would have got out at break even. Me? Hell no. Break even. What's break even? Trade. Break even on the day is good, but once I have a plan, I have a plan. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. Got me glitching over here. This market's short-circuiting my freaking brain. I'm up 1,500. Nice. Congratulations. Good work. Keep it. Don't give it away, because they will take it. I'm not going to let you have the chance. Don't let them. Don't give them the chance to take your money, because they will. All right, we have this last imbalance. I hope it doesn't hold this imbalance. Imbalance. At this point, you would think the bulls are kind of getting scared out of their. You're 3,000 on shorting Nvidia. Damn, that's crazy. 3,000. Oh my gosh. Not only am I getting spam calls, I'm getting spam texts. Last chance to complete your form to collect your $547. Oh, what? Free $547? No way. You're telling me I just fill out a form and I get $547? Wow. Do you need access to my bank account too to deposit the money? All I have to do is send you my login credentials and you'll deposit the money within 10 minutes? Really? Come on. Who wouldn't want to do that? Idiots. I wish I could meet that person, and I wish I could meet whoever's doing this in person. I really do. See what kind of moron this person is. Oh my gosh, this thing's popping all the way back up. Oh, welcome to the 11 o'clock hour, where we go sideways. Bro, are you joking, right? There's no way you risk 20K to make 3K. Because that doesn't work long term. Oh, paper trading? Okay. I saw somebody post on X yesterday. They made $460 million in one day. Paper trading. It gives you that. It gives you that dopamine hit, though, right? If only it was real money. But I would recommend, like, when people are paper trading, always do what you would do in a live account. Like, risk the same amount as you would in, like, in a PropFirm account. Like, if you're doing it PropFirm, so that when you transition, it's going to be a smooth transition. So you're not, like, you know, you're not taking, my point is you're not taking, like, $10,000 trades and then all of a sudden you go to the real thing and then all of a sudden you're making $500 trades. So it's such a big jump that it could screw you up psychologically. Because you're thinking, oh, 500's nothing now. It's like, you want to replicate the same exact environment on a sim for practice. Like, at this point, we just need to just go lower. Oh my gosh. I'm up 1,500 on the Express. Should I lock out for the day? 100% you should lock out for the day. It's 11 o'clock. Momentum's not there anymore, so I would definitely lock out for the day. Enjoy your day. Don't give back your profits just because you have nothing. If you have nothing else to do, walk away and be proud that you made money. Like, after this trade, I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm just waiting for this trade to hit. How much longer do you think it will consolidate for? Hopefully not longer. It looks like it's wanting to go for that low again, so hopefully in the next couple of minutes this thing is gonna but consolidation wise, I mean, it may consolidate for the rest of the day. Who knows? You really never know how long a consolidation is going to be on. The only thing you could do is wait for the consolidation to end, for price to break out to one direction, and then play that breakout. And kind of like play after it breaks the consolidation. But you can't guess. There's no way of knowing when the consolidation will end. And sometimes, you know, you're unlucky and you enter a trade and you get stuck in consolidation because it starts consolidating right after you entered, which is exactly what happened to me. But it's a part of taking a trade almost at 11 o'clock. It's kind of what happens. What do you think the best YouTubers to learn off of? So, a lot of YouTubers have different strategies. So, I wouldn't say there's a best. But I would say, like, look at other people. Like, look at this person's strategy. Look at this person's strategy. Look at this person's strategy. And just kind of go off what strategy would work best for you, for your psychology, because a strategy that works for one person may not work for you with your psychology, right? Some people are really good at swing trading. I'm not good at swing trading. I just can't, like, I don't want to be in a trade while I'm off the market, right? So you have to just watch different people and then see what resonates with you. That's why I tell people don't buy a course, because you're going to pay thousands of dollars for a course just to possibly learn that strategy doesn't work for you. So, you can always learn from other people, right? Maybe somebody's doing something in their strategy that you could use in your strategy that you find. It's like, this is the second time it's teasing me. Like, it's edging. It's literally... How did you learn? Just being obsessed with trading and just continuing to do it day after day after day after day after day after day. Just being obsessed with it. Over time, I mean, you think about being in the market for years and years, you start to see patterns, you start to notice trends, you start to see stuff that happens, and you kind of start to take advantage of, you know, these little moments in the market where you've seen it happen before. Now you're seeing it happen again and you take advantage of it. But that's why you need practice and experience to be good at trading. It's not something that you just get in, and so if somebody tells you, oh, I became profitable after a month, that doesn't happen. You're not going to be profitable after a month. It's going to take years. And to be honest with you, some people never get it. And the reason some people never get it, it's not because they can't get it, it's psychology. They never improve, they never grow, they never trying to learn from their mistakes, and their psychology doesn't, like, you know, they're always doing the same mistake over and over and over. And that's the definition of insanity. If you're doing the same mistakes over and over and never learning and expecting different results, you're insane for expecting different results when you're doing the same crap. Edged me a second time. Second time, bro. Second freaking time. Oh, I tell you, I swear, I feel like I'm placing $100 million position sizes. This is what it must feel like to place a $100 million position. Everyone front runs you. And this is what happens. It's like you're trying to get filled and you can't get filled because everybody's buying in front of you. This is what it must feel like. And that's why they reroute. That's why these big firms reroute their orders to the, what is it called? The black book? I think it's called the black book. Are you full-time? I mean, I trade full-time, but full-time for me trading is not, it's not sitting here all day. For me, full-time is 9:30 to like 11 o'clock, 11:30. It's a couple hours, just a couple hours, market open. And that's it. That's what I consider full-time. I don't think anybody should be sitting on the charts all day and trading. I don't think that's good. You only have so much mental capital to use. And then, you know, and then that's it. And then you start taking dumb trades because you're impatient. Like, I'm here at least talking with you guys. I can't imagine sitting here and like just being silent, right? It's a lot harder. But if you're, you know, maybe watching someone else trade, you're kind of like interacting, time just goes by faster. They're joking, right? Look at this. This is the second time it's almost hit my TP and then ran right back up. Ah! What did you do for work as you learned? Did you go to college for some, or how did you navigate that? When I got interested in trading, I was working a warehouse job. But then once I like figured out prop firms, I was already working for myself. After the warehouse job, they ended up like selling part of the company, blah, blah, blah. And a bunch of people got let go. We got like severance packages, got let go because they were downsizing, whatever. I was happy I was going to quit anyways because I didn't like that job anymore. And so ever since then, I kind of started working. I do cars. I buy and sell cars. So ever since then, I've been working for myself. So it's been kind of easier because I get to set my schedule. I trade in the mornings, and then this is my day every single day. I trade in the morning. I get up. I don't even eat breakfast. I trade in the morning. After I trade for a couple hours, I quickly go back home. I eat, you know, drink some coffee, relax for a little bit, and then go back to work. And I start working on cars, and I work on cars for the rest of the day. And then after that, I go to the gym. But that's pretty much my day every single day. But yeah, you can make it work. I mean, even if you have like a 9-to-5 job, the benefit of people that live in the West Coast is that market does open at like 6 o'clock. So they're able to work a regular job and trade trade market open. Here on the East Coast, when it opens at 9:30, a lot of people work a job. So you can, you know, there's ways, if you can make it work, you can make it work. If not, I mean, you could trade Asia session, you could trade pre-market, you could trade all sorts of. Just New York has the most momentum, is the most volume behind it. So you typically get better setups New York. But there's Asia session gets pretty good setups too. Copart? Yes, Copart. I buy 90% of my cars from Copart. Got any C6 vets for sale? No, I don't. They're pretty pricey. They go for a decent amount. Even the C6 ones. At least off auction. I don't know how they sell, but I buy whatever I can get. I'm the same way with buying cars. It's a risk to reward. I place bids, and if I can snag something up for cheap, then I buy it. If not, I move on to the next. Similar to trading. I'm in Colorado. Market opens at 7:30, but I have to work at 10. You have to drive to work at 10, or you're pretty much... That works. I mean, you don't need more than... Yeah, you really don't need more than a couple hours. I mean, market already starts to, like... I typically stop trading at 11. 11:30 if I'm in a trade like today. But typically 11 o'clock I'll stop trading if I'm not in a trade. So an hour and a half, 2 hours is all you need. You don't need more than that. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's failing to a higher. I think it's going to hit TP. So I'm kind of like being patient and not closing out at break even, because I really do think it's going to go for that TP. Buyers are just not there. It's making lower highs. We pushed up. We took out this internal high right here, and now we're selling off. So that could be just grabbing some more orders to go lower. So this is probably the leg that ends up taking me out. Hopefully. I mean, come on, man. This is the third time it's coming to my freaking... You gotta be joking. Yeah, patience is... I'm a person, when I take a trade, I've said this before, and it may not... Your psychology may be different. For me, I would rather take a full stop out than get out, break even, and then it hits my TP. And I look back and I'm like, crap, if I wouldn't have got out break even, it would have hit my TP. So psychologically, that screws me up way more, getting stopped out at break even and then it goes to my TP. That screws me up more than if I just take a full stop out. Because if I just take a full stop out, I'm like, oh, well, the trade didn't work. It is what it is. But if your strategy tells you to go break even, then do it, right? If you've back tested it or whatever and you see that it actually works for you to go break even and it protects you, then do it. But for me, it's just I don't see it working, because I'm a one-to-one trader. So I'll get stopped at break even, and then it would have worked. So that's missed opportunity cost and all that. So third freaking time. I wish I could see Bookmap or level 2. Is there some kind of massive order down there that's keeping price up like that? Does anyone have Bookmap? Is there some kind of huge... I gotta figure out how to get level 2 on my Thinkorswim. I think I could get it somehow on my Thinkorswim and have like a level 2 chart so I could see if there's a massive order down there. Because that does also help, is if there's a massive order, you kind of want to front run him, right? You want to be in front of him because it's going to have a hard time getting through him. That's what I used to do when I had Bookmap. When I would see a massive, like, if I had my TP at a certain area and there was just a massive order, I would put my order in front of his. So it would have to take out my order and then his. You could see based off price action, it wants to go lower, but just need the patience. S1, S2, those are pivot points. It's an indicator. It's called pivot points indicator. Bookmap is just another lagging indicator. I mean, Bookmap works because you can see the levels. That's what really helps. If you see massive order levels at certain areas, I mean, all Bookmap is just a colored version of level 2. So instead of having, I mean, you could do the same thing with level 2. If you have level 2, you could see the orders and where they're stacked on the price, on the print, and you could just go off of that. But most people like to see the physical order instead of having to read level 2. But I mean, me personally, at this point, instead of paying $100 a month for Bookmap, I'd rather just look at level 2. You know, you could do the same thing on level 2. You just have to, it's not as easy to read. It's not color coded for you and all that. So it's a personal preference. $618.80 big level on level 2. 618.80. Oh, are you serious? That's why. I'm definitely figuring out how to get level 2 on my chart. That's why it's having such a hard time taking out my... See, that makes sense. I figure there's probably some huge order right there is why it's doing this. Some institutions trying to take profits probably exactly where I am. Or they're buying, who knows? Or shorting. Come on, break it. I gotta go. I swear, if they bounce this thing all the way back up again, I'm gonna throw my computer out the window. Oh my gosh. Finally. Finally! Oh wait, I spoke too soon. No! Oh, finally! Oh my gosh. Holy crap! Alright, that puts me at up $600 on the day. $590. 600. Up 600. Oh, man, what a morning. That was fun. 2 back-to-back winning trades. That's what you want to see. That's what gets you when you go with momentum. And yeah, that was, watch this thing. Now it's gonna freaking break. Now it's just gonna dump to the downside. So I'm guessing that guy got filled, whoever that was at that level. But 1 to 2 RR. No, that wasn't a 1 to 2. That was a little bit negative RR. But I look at it in terms of like, if it's going with momentum, I had a lot of levels keeping price down from getting to my protecting my stop loss. So it's kind of why I'm willing to take that trade. I took it on an eval. I did not take that on my funded. I need to get this eval passed. So give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my gosh. All right. What was I saying? I was saying something. Crap. Oh, short under view op is a good rule. That is a very good rule to have for yourself. Honestly, I don't know why. For the longest time, I don't know why I like when I long time ago I didn't use that rule. Like I don't know why. It's such a good rule to have. I mean, anytime we're below view op, sellers are in control. So if sellers are in control, why not go with the flow? I'm serious. Like whatever strategy you have, implement that rule into your strategy and see if it increases your win rate or actually keeps you. And also what it does is it keeps you out of stupid trades, right? It just keeps you out of seeing, because you're looking for a very specific setup under view op. You're only looking for shorts, so you're looking for something to happen to give you an entry to go short. Instead of trying to catch longs and shorts and long, like you're trying to catch longs and then it pulls back up and you're trying to catch shorts and then it pulls down and you're trying to catch longs and you're just chasing everything versus being very selective. So yeah. But all right, what it's 11:30, so great day. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, bro. I've been undefeated this week. Actually, bro, I just realized. Did I? I don't think I took a loss all year yet. I'm pretty sure I have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure I have not taken a loss all year. So, let's see if we could go the whole year without taking a loss. Yeah, I'm joking. That's not possible. But all year, name another trader that hasn't taken a loss all year long. And I trade every single day. Actually, no. Sorry, I didn't take a trade yesterday. There are some days where I don't take a trade, but I come in every single day looking for a trade. The other scary part is I know a loss is coming. That's the other scary part. When you're in a winning streak where you haven't taken a loss in a while, like you know a loss is coming. It's inevitable. It's coming. And you're just like, crap, when is it gonna come? Oh man. Alright. I'm still short. Nice. Yeah, just pay attention. We got pivot point right here. We got the pivot point right there, so be careful. We could bounce off that pivot. TGR. Oh, I saw that. He took that $99,000 loss. I don't get... honestly, I mean, his strategy is his strategy. I don't get... That same day, I took a winning trade on that day. The reason I took a winning trade was because I wasn't going against momentum. Everything in that day was screaming bullish. I mean, he was trying to catch the top for a reversal back down. I was going with momentum and only looking for longs because all pre-market we were bullish. We opened up above view op, so we were very bullish in the morning. So there would be, I looked at it as there was no reason for me to be trying to even look for a short. The only time I would look for a short is if it gets below view op. So, I mean, he has a strategy. I'm not gonna, he's, you know, he makes money. So you can't really shit on somebody who makes money. So it doesn't mean he's a bad trader. I just don't get why he was looking for that, but it is what it is. Just closed it. Nice TP. Yeah, be careful right there because price could pop up right at that view, at that pivot, or it could flush through it. But you want to be better safe than sorry, I guess. Take your profits. Don't be greedy. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. But yeah, 2 trades up 56%. Time to have a good day. Nice. Yeah, take your you want to protect yourself. And that's also the cool thing about like your first trade being a winning trade. Then for your second trade, you're like you're in a better headspace, cuz if you take another trade, obviously take a good setup or a decent setup, don't just take a random trade, and then you're just like you're a little more stress-free, because I'm like, worst case scenario, like for this trade, I'm like, worst case scenario, right? I get stopped out on break even on the day. It is what it is. Break even's not bad. Best case scenario, like I did, you hit TP and I'm up $600 on the day. And that just puts me in such a better mental space. I told you, be careful with those pivot points. Look at that. Look to the freaking T. Bounced like off that pivot point to the T, and now we're popping back up. I don't know how it calculates those pivot points, but they do. They're good gauges if you are short, and you know, so you're not sitting there like, crap, price is reversing. But all right, I think I'm gonna call it here. I've been on for 2 hours, so it was a good day of trading. I bought on the pivot. Nice. Yeah, they're good. It's a good indicator. I wouldn't just, like I said, I wouldn't just use them just to buy off it. If it aligns, it's a good indicator if you have a strategy and it aligns with your It aligns with your strategy, then it gives you extra confidence, because you have a strategy that's setting up and you have a pivot point that could hold as support, and it just gives you that extra confidence for the trade. Loved your channel. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, this is all free. I try to give whatever kind of knowledge I can, the knowledge I learned. If you can, you know, decrease your learning curve or learn something from me that I had to learn the hard way, if I could, you know, teach you anything, like even a simple rule of like I said earlier, the whole view op rule, even that, something like that could, like, if I could teach you that, if I can teach you something like that and you can increase and better your trading in some way, then it's a win for me. And I enjoy it, right? It helps me pass time, and it makes trading a little more fun. So, but yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't take stupid trades. Walk away if you have profit. If you're in drawdown and you just weren't seeing the market, it's fine. The market opens up tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. Just don't blow your account. Don't go on tilt. Have rules for yourself, because those rules are what protect your trading. The rules aren't there to hinder your trading. They're there to protect your trading. Just like every business has rules to protect itself from going under. Same thing with your trading. So, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.